One. Hello, welcome back to the Chilled Society. It's now the 3rd season.
It is. Ah! That's all you get.
Woo!
Okay. Hi, it's me. I'm introducing myself first. It's the 3rd season. I'm Katie.
That's fine. I'm Hannah. You know, it's fine.
We have special
We have
guests.
a guest.
My name's Randi.
Woo!
Any pronouns, so.
Yay. Okay. Woo. Starting off the season with a bang.
Yee.
Okay.
That's what we're getting today.
Yes.
The chaos of Katie today.
I think the chaos is slightly amplified by the fact that Dustin is playing Fall Guys in the corner, and he almost just won his 2nd game that he's played on the Switch, and he lost, and there was a lot of tension and anxious energy going on.
Yes, very much so.
I'm still recovering a little
yes.
bit. Okay. Why are you looking at my G Fuel?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm here today.
Okay.
The cup is glorious.
Thank you. It's the Rainbow Unicorn cup.
Love it.
Is that what it was called? Yeah.
Hollow cup.
What flavor is it?
Cherry limeade.
Alright, do you know your flavor?
Swedish fish?
Raging gummy fish.
That.
Raging gummy fish.
And I'm drinking water.
Woo!
Loser.
Fight me, nerd! He called me a loser for nobody. What?
What?
For nobody?
For nobody. Just in case nobody was wondering.
We all just collectively were like, huh?
Not a single one.
Hard reset on the entire moment there. Okay.
Alright,
Yes.
you have the topic for today.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I love true crime. From what I know, you love true crime too.
Yes.
I found out about the case of Teresita Basa, if you've heard of that.
I have not.
Oh my gosh. This lady solved her own murder, pretty much,
Oh.
from the grave.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I am excited to hear about this because I've never heard about it. And that is a very interesting premise, so I'm excited.
Yes. Okay, so she was born in the Philippines in 1929, and she moved to the United States to Chicago to study music.
Mhm.
And then she ended up becoming a respiratory therapist in Edgewater Hospital outside Chicago. So it was known that she was pretty quiet. She was a nice lady. She wasn't somebody who would get murdered, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she gave out piano lessons for free to kids in the neighborhood.
Aw.
Like, that's the type of lady she was. And so, on the night of February 21st, 1977, the fire department was called to put out a fire in her apartment. And in the fire, they found her nude body with a knife out of her chest.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is
Huh.
So,
dark.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh God.
So, before that, on that night,
Mm-hmm.
she was talking to her friend on the phone, I think, like an hour before the incident. And so, it was found that she was talking to her friend about selling some tickets or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she made another phone call that lasted about 20 minutes. And then right after that, the fire department was called because maintenance found, or like smelled smoke.
Huh.
And so I guess people were complaining about the smell of smoke, and then they called and they went and found her body in the apartment, and they were trying to burn all the evidence. And they also, when they found her body nude, they assumed that she had been violated,
Yes. Yeah.
but it was found that she wasn't. It was just to cover that up. They were trying to like distract the police.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, they found one piece of evidence in the apartment. They found one note that said, "Get theater tickets for AS."
Huh.
Suspicious. So, about 5 months after the incident happened, they didn't find anything. Like the coroners didn't find anything, at least noteworthy. And they didn't solve it. Well, her one coworker, I gotta figure out her name. I can't remember it. Ramibis Chua.
There it
also.
was. Sorry. Dustin, before this episode, said randomly during the episode he was gonna throw something at me, and he just threw an animal cracker at me.
Awesome.
So,
It's a donkey, I think.
yep.
Good.
Glorious.
Alright, sorry,
Okay.
what was her name?
No. Remibus or Remi Chua. She was also a native from the Philippines. They worked together at the same hospital. It doesn't say what she was. I don't know if that's important at all, but her and her husband worked at the same hospital. And I guess for the first incident of this spiritual awakening, we'll call it, in her, she was taking a nap in the hospital. And she said she was dreaming and she saw Teresita Basa and she was talking to her about her murder.
Huh.
And so she woke up and had like little to no recollection of it. She remembered that she had seen Teresita, but she didn't know the details. And so then, I think it was a couple weeks to a month after that, she had another incident where she was sleeping at home and her husband said she woke up and was just talking in a completely different voice and claimed to be Teresita Basa.
Like, she was possessed?
Yes.
Huh.
And
Oh.
she said that she was murdered and that they needed to go to the police. And so they were like, what do we do about this? Like, we have
Yeah.
no evidence to show the police.
Yeah.
Like, we have nothing. And so, I think it was another couple months after that, or a month or two, something like that, there was another incident where she was possessed, or where Teresita came back and said, why haven't you gone to the police? And her husband was like, well, we don't have evidence. And she was like, when he left my apartment, he stole jewelry from my apartment. It was a pearl cocktail ring and a jade pendant necklace. Well, they found out that this guy, and she said his name was Alan Showery, right? And this guy worked at the same hospital that they all worked at. Well, he went originally to Teresita's house to fix her TV. And because he was fixing her TV, she gave him some money. And I guess he had to leave to go get some tools or something like that. And so when he left, when on his way back, he came up with the plan to murder her and rob her because he knew she had money. And so he did it.
So, like, just like that.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. And
Just-
so, so the police, after they get this full report, are skeptical, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a very bold claim. They went to Alan Showery, and he denied it originally. However, then he started confessing. And then they went to his girlfriend, and she had jewelry that they were talking about. Because she brought in her jewelry box, and the jade pendant was in there, and she was wearing the pearl cocktail ring. And her family, Teresita's family, identified the jewelry as being hers.
That's insane.
And so they arrested Alan Showery, and he pled not guilty originally. And then they found a mistrial because of the details of the case. They found that it wasn't sustainable evidence to charge him.
Right.
Well, he ended up, like, I think it was a couple years after that, they did another trial, and he pled guilty.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Isn't it?
That is wicked.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, she just... Sorry, I'm
She was,
like processing that.
As like a spirit, she was like,
No.
you are not getting away with this.
No.
Yeah.
Like, who is
Yeah.
somebody I can trust to go to as a spirit
Yeah.
that will
And-
do something about this?
Yeah. That's insane.
Isn't it?
Oh my god.
Yes, and there's another case that happened 80 years before, I think it was 80 years exactly before this incident.
The
And it
fact
was
that...
very similar.
Oh god. Like...
That is,
Like, that's just... I don't know. I don't know how to, like, phrase what I want to say. Because, like, I don't want to... Obviously, like, it's a murder case. So I
Yeah,
don't want to say, like,
yeah.
oh, that's, like, cool that happened. But, like, it's cool in the sense of, like, she was able to communicate
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solve.
yeah,
Her own...
I don't.
yeah,
Murder.
because
Yeah.
if she hadn't brought that up, nobody would have known.
Right.
And it goes back to the theater ticket note that was there get the theater tickets for A.S.
A.S.
Alan Showery.
Did the police not investigate that?
Right?
And
like,
did the family not claim like the missing jewelry?
I don't know. I just know that Teresita's ghost, if that was what happened, claimed that he stole the jewelry, and it was obviously correct.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just so weird to think that, like, how does Remy know all these super fine details of this case? Unless she was possibly involved, but I don't know. Because there's no
Right.
leads in the case that point to her.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So,
he did go to jail?
he was prosecuted for it.
And what year was this?
1977. She was born in 1929 in the Philippines. So she was about like 40 when she passed.
Dang. That's insane.
You know what?
Wow.
It's probably, I don't know. I wish I knew what her horoscope was, but I cannot find her birth date.
Huh.
It just says her birth year. Except I was curious when looking into it what her horoscope would be, because I'm like, just because that spiritualness in me is like,
Do you know what he was charged with?
I can look it up because I don't know off the top of my head. I had a whole like
Yeah, I know. I was.
and then I forgot it.
We were sitting at work, and I was just watching her write it down one day.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
pages.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know. I'm still like,
If I ever get
processing
murdered,
that.
I want to come back as a ghost and be like, Hannah, this,
Yep.
this is what happened.
You must speak for me.
I will.
You-
I will.
I think you'd be freaked out. You'd be like,
I mean, yeah, but I will. Like, that's just crazy to me. I don't know, like,
yeah.
oh,
Would it be third degree? No, that's not.
I don't
second
know.
degree?
I don't know.
Because first degree was like. Trying to think of the law.
Trying to think of the law.
Trying to think of the law. It wouldn't be third degree. Because isn't third degree like an accident almost?
Maybe.
Because first degree is planned out. So it'd be first?
I don't know.
I'm trying to find what he got charged.
I'm
And then-
trying to help with looking, but I can't find.
And then I wonder, did he get life in prison or did he get like 20 years? Like what was his sentence?
He was sentenced to a total of 14 years for the murder, robbery, and arson.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough years.
No, not at all.
With it being so just spur of the moment, like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do this just because I'm broke.
Like, and
Like, how. He was what, 30, 40 when he probably did that?
Yeah.
So that means he was 50 when he got out?
yeah, roughly.
Like, he got out, went on with his life.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
what?
Yep. Like I said, I had it pulled up to try to see if I could find anything
Yeah.
about what he was charged with, and I found someone's page. They did like research on it, ChicagoNow.com, and I guess they were able to trace him to New York up until 2004, but no idea where he is now. So he could be dead. He could still be alive.
I love when people just disappear.
They said after 2004, it is somewhat of a mystery, but there is reason to believe he is still alive, and he would be approaching 70 when this was published in 2016. So he could
Wow.
still be alive.
Yeah.
Like
I
that.
just- I wonder if he did it again.
Yeah,
Because I feel like he totally could have got away with it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And
especially since he almost got away with the first one.
he pretty much almost did, yeah.
Like,
If it wasn't for herself coming back,
yeah.
he would have gotten away with it.
Yeah. And another detail that I would like to add, because I just saw it when reading through this, it says that Remy, the coworker who had this possession happen to her, they didn't get along with Alan Showery, I guess, because she was fired from the hospital, and so that was maybe like a factor in why she would have pointed a finger at him. But it's just really weird with the evidence of get the theater tickets and
the jewelry and
it's
just
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Like that gave me chills a little bit. Like that, I don't know.
It's so crazy. I'm trying to find this other one that I heard about. It was like the green something case of 18.
Like I don't know. Like
It's sad that somebody got murdered and then the murderers got to go on with their life afterwards.
Yep.
yeah. Like
How, like, you have people in jail for having marijuana for
Yeah.
longer.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
somebody died and then
And-
the person just got to go on with their life.
Yep.
That killed them.
Hold
Yeah.
up.
Like, what?
6 ghosts who solved their own murders.
Oh.
6?
So, people have done it?
Because
Like, it's just sad to think. Like,
I know. Like, it's, I don't know. That's the one thing that, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, because, like I said before, I love reading about true crime
Mhm.
and everything. But that's one of the things that, like,
it makes me mad at the justice system.
yes, it makes me mad. It makes me sad because, like, to some degree, like, you see, like, you can kind of see it through the perspective of, like, I'm just witnessing, like, the after effects and, like, after it happened. And so, like, for me personally, I don't fully process it sometimes.
Mhm.
Like, this is not just a made-up story. Like, this very much happened. And
Yes.
then after I, like, get through reading the whole thing, I'm like, yeah, like, it's processed fully, so I just feel, like, horrible. Like,
Mhm.
genuinely horrible.
Like, not only did this
Ugh.
person lose their life, all of these people lost their friend, their
Yep.
sister, brother,
Yeah.
family member. Like,
Yeah.
it's so
Spread so
bad.
wide.
yeah.
All of these
Yeah.
people lost somebody they cared about, and the
Yeah.
murderer gets to gone.
Yep. Yep. And could potentially still be alive today.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And most people they meet won't know.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
because they're not going to openly be like, I murdered somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So there's this other one called the Greenbrier Ghost, and this is the plaque that was in the cemetery that she's buried in.
Mm-hmm.
So her name is Zona Hester Shue. Her death was in 1897. It was presumed natural until her spirit appeared to be, or through her mother, to describe how she was killed by her husband Edward. Just Edward. Okay, I was gonna say Edward Autopsy, but that is not his last name. Autopsy on the exhumed body verified the apparition's account. Edward was found guilty of murder and was sentenced to state prison. Only known case in which testimony from the ghost helped convict the murderer.
Huh. Wow.
And there's another one of a pilot.
Dang. Like, I don't know. Like, and the fact that it's happened, like, before. Like,
Several times.
yeah. Like, I don't know.
I'm trying to find the most recent one.
I did just find something similar. Now I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I have to also dive down the rabbit hole
yeah.
alongside.
Yes.
It combines two of my favorite things, which is true crime and the paranormal.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
There's one called the Red Barn Murder.
That's what I was just about to say.
Oh, okay, you go then. You
Okay, so I'm reading here that in 1827, Maria Martin and William Porter had arranged to elope, as a dramatic young beaux with sketchy reputations are wont to do. They agreed to meet at the Red Barn, a local landmark in their town of Suffolk, England. Because some of small Victorian hamlets did not have a Baskin Robbins to meet at, but while the two lovers entered, only one left. William skipped town as soon as his don't know that word. As soon as his meeting, and no one saw Maria leave with him. He wrote letters to her family, but made increasingly transparent excuses for none of them were coming from Maria herself. She was sick, she had hurt her hand, the post office must have lost her letter. Presumably at one point he tried suggesting that Maria needed a break and was strenuous from the strenuous, attention-sucking world of snail mail. After a few months, Maria's stepmother began to have troubling dreams in which Maria was murdered and buried in the Red Barn. She was convinced that her daughter's spirit was drawing her to that location. Eventually, her husband agreed to search the barn and soothe his crazy wife's mind. Crazy wife's mind? Wow. That's... Wow. Okay.
I mean,
Anyways, a few shovels worth of dirt later, Maria's body was discovered. The authorities had little trouble tracking down William, who it turns out wasn't exactly a criminal mastermind and was just milling about in London with pistols and incriminating letters tucked under his bed. In one of the biggest trials of the era, he was found guilty of brutally murdering Maria over a petty argument and was hanged for his crimes.
Of course. It just, it makes me so mad. For, like, I don't know. It makes me so mad for the victims and their families. Like,
yeah. What makes me really annoyed in that case is that the husband just thought the wife was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's
Like,
why I
it's
had to
crazy. Like,
stop for a
and
second.
like,
Like, it does seem very strange that you're having dreams about your daughter
yeah.
being dead. But, like, just to call your wife crazy, like, that's not
Yeah.
what you should be doing. If you haven't seen your daughter in months, probably something going on.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
And of course we don't know, like the dynamics of the family and
Yeah.
how they were, but, like,
but like,
a little
still,
weird.
like, I don't know. That just makes me mad.
Okay, so I think I found the most recent
okay.
event of something similar to like paranormal solving the case.
Okay.
So in 2013, Adrian Dow confessed to the murder of Jennifer Stewart, claiming that after he committed the crime, he went for a walk and saw the ghost of his victim. Since that day, Dow claims that he started believing in God and blatantly concluded that it's not a good thing to kill someone.
Okay.
Hold on, we got pause for a second.
Now, is that, like,
Like,
so that one could be he did see the ghost, or two, he had a psychotic break.
What? It's just like...
yeah. And
Like,
it's
did
just
he go insane and, like, just start imagining it? Like the
Because he
Edgar
felt
Allan Poe,
guilty?
like, thing?
Like,
yeah.
like, did he feel guilty and just, I don't know.
Start just visioning her?
Yeah. And also just the fact that he was like, it's not a good thing to kill people.
Yeah.
Like, no kidding. No kidding, it's not a good thing to kill people.
Some
like,
people.
no kidding.
Oh.
Ah.
What? No. Wait, it gets worse after
Oh,
the
no.
sentence I just read.
Oh no.
It's not the most inspiring religious conversation on record, but then Dow also committed the murder because he thought it would help his rap career. So maybe he's not the best person to take life advice from.
Huh.
Ah.
Huh. Why?
I would say psychotic break would be.
I'm
number
definitely
one.
gonna go buy myself a Squishmallow after this. Oh my god.
That's so fair. That's so valid.
After listening to
very
reading
needed.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
oh my gosh.
What?
Like,
Help his rap career?
I feel
Dude,
like,
there's better ways to help your career than that.
Yeah.
You know,
but-
social media.
yeah,
Like,
okay, so Dustin listens to rap. It's his, like, only genre of music for the most part. He will confirm.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
he listens to other music, but he mainly focuses on rap and hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I promise I'm not generalizing, but like, obviously, there are people in gangs that are in rap.
Mhm.
And obviously, there is a good chance that many rappers have probably killed someone.
Yes. Yes.
And what?
I'm agreeing.
Oh,
You
it
just
sounded
went,
sarcastic.
Bad.
It sounded sarcastic. I thought you went, in your sarcastic tone. I'm sorry for mishearing you. I'm sorry. But like, that doesn't mean you have to go out of your way to kill someone to be a rapper. Like, the two are not correlated.
No.
Like,
No, not at all.
like, I'm sure there are probably quite a few, like, actors and actresses, like, a lot of actors and actresses, and,
Yeah.
like, other musicians, of course. Rap is the only specific one being mentioned, because that's what he said,
Yeah.
that have accidentally or on purpose killed someone. Like, that doesn't necessarily help their career. Like,
I don't know if this is like related to that because there's no break in the
Mhm.
article. It's just like another paragraph. But this is in April 2017. Serial killer Terry Childs confessed to 2 murders while serving time for 3 more. Child says that he was being eaten up by his victims Joan Mack and Christopher Hall. And no, he didn't mean in the abstract sense of overwhelming guilt. He told the police that they were in his cell staring at him, and eating up his brain.
huh.
The 2 crimes, or the 2
That-
new crimes he confessed to, occurred in 1984 and 85, which makes these some pretty damn persistent ghosts.
Wow.
That was in 2017.
Dang. Like, see, that one, it's like, did he feel guilty again and just thought he
Oh, I
saw
can't read
them?
that next one. That next one's pretty bad.
Or did they, like, just
See,
stare him down?
Yeah, that's
Like,
the thing.
you know,
I'm trying to distinguish between like actual paranormal
yes.
and just psychotic breaks. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a
'Cause some of
hard
them-
line.
Some of them sound like actual paranormal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like people solving their own crimes.
Yeah.
But then the ones that like
The last two
murders,
specifically.
Yeah,
Yes,
sound
yes.
a lot like just psychotic breaks.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, finally getting eaten up by the guilt.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Like, especially since Child said that they were eating his brain.
Yeah.
You have to imagine, like,
Yeah.
is he being eaten up by the guilt in his head?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Ugh.
Wow.
I don't know.
That is, because like the paranormal is already such a interesting thing to think about.
Yeah.
Because I totally believe in it.
Yes.
110%.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
of
totally
course, yeah.
believe in all that spooky, scary skeleton stuff. I love it all.
Oh, you should have been here the one night. It
Oh.
would have been great.
Oh. It was
Maybe I
rough.
can be here more.
Yes. Yes. It was a rough night.
It's only when Sean's here. Sean.
It is.
Sean. So
I would like to film with Sean.
A
He seems
story-
very chaotic.
what
and
you
it
need-
matches me.
Oh,
what you
he's
need to
so
know
chaotic.
is both me and Sean are haunted.
Mhm.
I am haunted by ghosts.
Mhm.
Sean is haunted by demons. Like, this is proven.
I
Like,
can see it.
Actually
He's-
proven. So one night, me and Sean came over to record. And there was demons just like in the hallway.
What started all of this was the fact he was at work. Dustin was at work because he was working pretty late that night.
I was
So-
sitting. Sorry, I was sitting
You're
where
good.
you were sitting. So Sean was sitting here.
And there was knocking at the door. Like, we thought there was knocking. And Sean was like, I'll go up and look. And he opened both doors physically. So we were like, Sean.
That's
like, we
not it.
realized, we were like, you let them in.
Yeah.
Like,
he physically let the demons in.
yes. And then everything just went to hell. Like, super fast.
Was
after
that like during a recording?
Right before we were gonna start
Yeah.
recording.
Yeah.
Because where you're sitting, for people that have never seen Hannah's apartment, where Randy is currently sitting, you can see directly into Hannah's hallway.
Yeah.
And before she would have the doors open, and in the room that
You
is
cannot see.
directly at the end, you could see into, and there was a coat rack there.
Yeah.
Before.
Imagining this all as I'm looking at this.
And I would see just a shadow peeking in and out, and like,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
it would go from the doorway, like in the room, to the other side of the hallway, peeking from that doorway to around the corner, and then going back to like towards her bedroom.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
yeah.
and then
It was
Sean
rough.
started seeing it into her craft room, which is the second door in the hallway.
Craft room?
I don't know.
It's moved to be Dustin's spare room for the time being, but I have like beads and stuff to start making jewelry again if
Yes.
if my brain ever lets me.
Yeah, no. I just, when I heard craft room, I was like, the artsy craftiness in me really just flourished for a second.
It was a heck of a night.
That sounds.
We had to,
I don't even remember what we used.
something was spread around
The entire apartment. And I cannot remember.
Sean can like physically see them and like talk to them.
Yeah.
And he kicked me and Hannah out of the apartment
Yeah.
because I went to stand, I couldn't pass the threshold. It was like physically like I was panicking.
I was sitting in my chair freaking out the entire time.
But there was a point in
like-
time where
How did you guys film after that?
we
We did it.
I was gonna
We
say.
did it.
there was a time where I got to mid kitchen, and I couldn't pass it then.
Mhm.
And Sean was like, "Okay, you two need to go outside." And he
Yep.
told us after. I was like, "What was going on?"
Yeah.
He told us after that the demons had come into the kitchen directly when I couldn't pass it anymore. So they were standing directly next to me.
Oh gosh.
And like all of this sounds literally like insane, especially
No, I
to,
totally believe
like,
it though.
and because I know Dustin's heard this story before, and like
I also want to say they gave me no heads up, so I came home. Every single light's on. There's shit on the floor.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
happening?
We were
I don't think I
blaring.
know
We
clue.
were blaring music at
yeah,
that point.
specifically Luna.
Yeah.
Because I was all freaked out, and like I know it sounds like wild because we've told this story
Yeah.
before, like vaguely on the podcast before, I think, but like I've had a couple vague paranormal experiences before and a couple like actual genuine ones that are terrifying, and I was freaked out. Like I could
Like-
feel it going on. Like it was rough.
Yeah, Sean forced us to stay on the porch for a good 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, and this
While
was in
he,
like
like,
December.
Yeah,
so
while he spread the stuff around the apartment, at first we were like in the little room over here, which was fine.
Yeah.
We felt fine. But then he told us that they got closer.
And we had to go outside.
And the thing is I know one of the demons.
Yes.
He hates me, the demon. Which I think I've said his name before. It's Priest Owen.
Yeah.
And we
Yep.
can't figure out if
How
he
do you
hates
know
me.
their names?
Oh, because we've done the spirit box before.
Yeah.
Me and Sean have.
I've heard about this, yeah. Ugh.
I want to do a spirit box so bad.
It's very interesting. But we can't figure out if he hates me because I'm a female or I'm gay, or both.
Yeah.
Oh, you would really hate me then.
It's great. But Sean figured out, I would go, while this was happening, I would go from standing in the room to standing in the doorway to look into the kitchen in the hallway. And as soon as I would stand in the doorway, I would get anxious again and like panicky. And Sean told me it was because I could see Sean and the demons didn't like it. Because I'm like Sean's protector.
Yeah.
God.
They don't like it because I'm an empath. Hannah loves when I say that.
All I can think of is Shane Dawson.
Yep, that's why.
Oh my god.
That's why.
Yep.
It just reminds me of, like,
oh, I am an empath. I can see Jake Paul.
Yup,
Oh,
yup,
Ew,
yup.
ew.
Oh,
I'm an
I
actual
can
empath.
see you're a sociopath.
I can feel it in the
Oh,
air.
Shane Dawson.
But
Dustin's having a moment over there.
the demons hated it because like I could protect Sean,
Uh-huh.
and they didn't like it because they wanted to get to Sean. They're like,
Yep.
Damn.
yeah.
You know, every single time that we're at work,
Hmm.
I hate going in the back of work. I hate going
Which
in
one?
the library.
No, but like which back? Like the sink room or like the back?
I like back by the biographies.
Oh, like the back. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, sorry, I should have clarified.
Oh, so another story. where we work is haunted.
I get that vibe.
Oh,
I get
I
that
used
vibe.
to be
awful.
I used to be the cleaning lady,
Mhm.
for where we work, and there was one night where I had to go back into, you know where the fiction section is? I had to go all the way into the back.
Oh, in the back corner?
Yeah.
Where, like, the W's?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
And I went and turned around, and there was somebody just standing in
no.
the section,
No.
just staring at me.
Stop,
No.
because I had something very similar happen to me when I
And
first
that-
started working there.
That night, I was so freaked out, and I still had to clean.
Oh.
I was just like,
I don't want to
can
be
you
here.
not? I just wanted to clean and go home, and it was like dark outside, and I was like, please. And so, like, all the lights are on, but like pitch black outside.
Mhm.
And so I was just like, please leave me alone for the rest of the night. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And then when I went to go turn the lights off, I don't know if you know where the fuse box is.
Vaguely.
Do you know where we used to sit for the teen book club?
Yeah.
Okay, it's right there on that wall.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
Okay, so the gate's down, the lights are off in the main section.
Yeah.
I turn the lights off, and you have to look back to make sure all the lights are off.
Mhm.
I turned the lights off, looked back, and they're standing directly at the desk.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, time to go. I'm out.
I'm out.
Oh,
yeah, no
no.
thanks.
That.
No thanks.
Oh.
And it freaked me the heck out, and I don't know if it was the next day or the day after that, and I told the supervisor at the desk, I was just like, hey, this thing happened. And she was like, oh yeah, that happens sometimes. And I was just like, great.
What?
Like,
It's that happens
scared,
sometimes.
it scared me. And she was like, yeah, they're fine normally. And I was like,
Is
it's not fine when I was trying to clean and they
Yeah.
were just staring at me.
yeah. Is the sink room like where like the fridge is?
No, that's the
Like-
back room. The sink room, I don't know if you've ever been back there. Okay. You know behind the desk?
Yes.
You've ever been behind the desk?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
have you ever been in the way back where we have the used books?
Maybe Marie took me back there once.
Okay. So if
But
you
I
go,
was like 14.
okay.
So,
So if you go into the way back, it's the room off to the side,
Mhm.
It's like a blue room.
and there's
Oh.
just like a sink with like a shelf.
Yeah, and there's like
I
a
love
shelf.
that so
It's
much.
there's just
I'm
a bunch of random stuff
Yeah.
in that room.
And then in the way back is like the teen stuff. Yeah.
I think I did go back there, but I was with Marie. So
That section is fine. It's
Yeah, no,
Fine.
that back corner with the W's. I remember when I first started working there.
Mhm.
There, you know how there's that door, the exit door.
yes.
I was walking back like towards that exit door, and in the glass of the exit door, I swear I saw something behind me, and I was like, nope.
no.
And I just zoomed to the front desk, and I did not get up from there. I was like, nope, I will sit here, and I will stay. I will not move.
Normally it's fine. I haven't had anything happen recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not
you're-
recently.
You're right. The biography section, terrible.
Yeah, no, I will not go back there.
Nonfiction and biography,
I get a bad vibe back there too.
Mm-hmm.
it's the worst.
Yeah. In the back room I've always gotten a weird vibe where like the fridge
Back rooms.
No, not the back rooms. Where like the fridge and stuff is because we've been back there multiple times.
Yeah.
And I don't get a good vibe back there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so this is gonna be horrible for you to learn about me. Like, first time we've ever met. My mom told me that I used to like talk to people that were dead when I was younger. Like the legitimate version of I see dead people, but I was talking to them.
Details.
I don't know specifically what it was, and there's three of us that were born around the same time. Me, I will not name the other friend because I don't know how she would feel about her name being mentioned on here, and Theo. And I was born in April, the other friend was born in May, and Theo was born in June. And me and the friend born in May, we both like would talk to people that were not there, and all of our moms are good friends. Like, all three of us grew up being friends. Like, it's just real weird. And I would talk to someone that I never met before. Like, he passed before I was born, and I would be sitting in there. I'm technically an only child. I have a half sister, but she's 20 years older than me, so she
Yeah.
was not there.
Yeah, no.
And so I would be sitting there playing, and I'd be like, yeah, like, thank you for playing with me, like, stuff like that. Like, just straight up talking to someone that had been dead for a few years before I was born.
You know,
Yeah.
that makes me think of when I lived with my grandma. And I have always gotten really weird vibes about my grandma's house. She said that the guy who lived or owned the house previously, he's the one who built it and everything. He passed like right before she bought this house, and it's like here in this area. Well, she's told me about this guy. From what she knows, is he was a very odd guy. I don't know what his name was, but he was a very, very odd guy, and you know. So the one night, I don't know why, I think I was having like a mental breakdown or something, and I was on the kitchen floor, and I was like waiting for my macaroni and cheese to boil or something like that, and I was just chilling, and I was like, because my grandma's island, or not island, but like sink area would be right here. There was like an island right here, and our stove was right here. And I was sitting on the floor, and then there's a hallway that like you can see from me sitting on the floor. I can see all the way to the back of this hallway. It was all like bright in the kitchen. It was all dark because it was nighttime, and I could like see there was there were shadows that I could see in the hallway, but it was pretty much dark. I saw something go flying into the bathroom, and I was like, no. And then I heard the bathroom door just like, and I was like, no. I'm pretty sure I turned my mac and cheese off, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go to my room and hide and not come out.
Oh, the stories I could tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've told Hannah a lot of stories about my mom's house.
a lot.
They're great.
They're, okay, so when Pokemon Go was, like, first came out, like,
I remember
the hype
that.
was huge.
Yeah. Nodded.
There was a whole group of us. We went to, I was 16 at the time, and because I was a marching band, had friends in every single grade, and one of our friends that had just graduated, we were at a grad party, and we were all like, we'll be right back, like, we're gonna go raid, and we're gonna go raid for Pokemon Go, and, so we ended up going to one of the cemeteries in town, and it was, like, close-ish to sunset, so it got dark as the story goes on, and we were walking around. There were, I think, 6 of us walking, and then 4 people in a car, and as we were walking, my one best friend Jaden, their sister Courtney, who we've had on the podcast before, Courtney was walking next to me, and we felt like this cold air, like, just go right in between us. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And all of a sudden, horrible scream. Like, someone just lets out, like, a blood-curdling scream. And everyone heard it, but Courtney and I were like, what the hell was that? So we all start walking faster down the hill. And 2 of my friends had this weird thing with, like, I don't know, like, specifically seeing if mausoleums were open, just because they had never seen the inside of one.
Me too.
Yeah, they had never seen the inside of one before, so they end up going up to the door and like seeing like, oh, it's probably locked, but we'll check. Door's open. Door comes open, and one of the friends went back later, and it was completely empty in there. There was nothing in that mausoleum besides a piece of wood. That was all. So that's cool. And we ended up going down and waiting in the parking lot, because there's like, I can't like describe it really without saying what the location is.
Yeah.
So it's hard to explain, but there's a big like kind of awful parking lot, like they don't take care of it at all.
Oh.
And we were standing there.
I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we could see our friends going around in the car, and then they went up the hill, and they ended up stopping, because there's like 3 gyms up there for Pokemon Go. They ended up stopping and like battling the entire gym all 3 times, and we could not get a hold of anyone. Like, we were texting them, we were calling them. Yeah, we could not get a hold of any of them. So Courtney's boyfriend runs around the entire cemetery. It's like almost dark out. He runs around the entire cemetery trying to find them, and he ended up calling Courtney like 10-15 minutes later and was like, hey, I found them. They're taking on the gym. They're gonna come pick us up. And so as we're waiting for that to happen, we see this like shadowy figure thing walk down like part of the hill, and in like sorry, this is so hard to explain if you don't know what I'm talking about, but there's like a bigger mausoleum that you can actually, actually go in, and they have like funerals and services and stuff in there. And we saw the shadowy figure go into the pine trees behind that mausoleum, did not come out the other side. We don't know where they went. Like, they for sure went through the pine trees. We saw them go through. They did not come out. Because we were all watching. And then a random, like, all-black car came, like, flying through the parking lot. Did not, like, stop to let any of us move almost. Like, a couple of us almost got hit. And just flew through and met up with a random car. We don't know where the other car came from. Met up with them, did something, and they both left. Yeah, it was real weird. And there's a building that at the time was about to be abandoned, actually. It's a school. And the windows, I used to go to said school, and that school is haunted, 100%.
Sounds it with the location.
Yeah. And there's like boards on the windows, 2 of the windows that face the outside, and it's the gym. Which sounds really weird, but it's because the windows broke, and I don't think it was in the budget to really fix them, so they just put plywood up there to keep birds and stuff out, and the elements, of course. And we could see, like, a flame, like a candle light flame, moving back and forth behind the plywood. And we don't know how, we don't know where, and as we drove by, we were all like, okay, we need to look and see if there's a light on, because you can see, like, there's, like, windows and stuff right there in front of the gym. No lights on. Nothing. So we don't know what that was. We don't know. It was a really weird night.
Yeah,
Not the weirdest experience.
That's not your weirdest experience.
Not in that cemetery, no. No. Yeah. It's rough. But that one is better explained not recording, because there are personal details specifically about the town.
Mm-hmm.
That go with it.
Okay.
So it's a lot easier to explain not recording.
Yeah.
I think I've told it on here before,
Yeah.
but it's
I
also
don't-
maybe
yeah.
not. I don't know. It's really hard to explain though, without including those details. So I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Because it's creepy. It's weird.
Yeah. No, I need to hear about it.
Yes. Would you like to contribute another story?
Oh, what story? There's so many. I don't know which.
Oh, here's a question for you guys. Do you
Yes.
guys believe in reincarnation?
I don't know.
You don't
Yes.
know?
I don't
Yes, I
know.
do.
I do.
So I am Buddhist.
Yes.
So I do.
Yes.
Believe in reincarnation. That is part of the Buddhist teaching.
I don't know. I don't know. It's so hard to, like, I don't know. Because I went to a Catholic school,
Mhm.
so obviously grew up with the Catholic Christian belief.
Yes.
And I think I lean more towards the Christian belief, but I also like ideas of other religions
Yeah,
too, like
yeah.
specific parts of them. So I've kind of come up with my own thing in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a vibe.
I don't know. It's a hard thing to think about in
Yeah,
my brain.
no, most definitely. It's a tricky subject. The
Yeah.
whole reason I believe in it is because of this one case that I heard about a long time ago.
Mhm.
Of there was this guy who was murdered. He got hit in the head with an axe.
Oh my
and,
god.
like right around this area. And then there was a boy who was born in the same town or like the same general area with a scar right there
Oh.
that they have no clue where it came from.
Oh, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's weird.
And he knew exactly where this guy was murdered too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
How true that is, I don't know. I would hope it to be true.
Mhm. Oh.
We talked about reincarnation
Yes.
on the Soulmates episode.
Yes. We did.
It was a good episode.
I think I don't know. I had a very like I don't know how to explain her, but my history teacher was also my religion teacher in middle school because I went kindergarten all the way through middle school at this school, and she was open to like talking about other beliefs to an extent, of course, because it's a Catholic school. But she was willing to talk about like other ideas. Sorry, I was trying to say ideals and ideas at the same time, and beliefs, and we would kind of talk about it. And what she told me, which I think I've always kind of believed, was that she thinks that everyone's like afterlife is kind of what they believe. Like if you believe in like ancient Greek gods, like that's who you're gonna end up like seeing and believing in when you die. Like, if you're Christian, you're gonna go to heaven. If you're any religion, you're going to go to your form of the afterlife. So, I've always loved that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It makes me feel more
Comfort.
at ease, I guess. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know where I sit with
Yeah.
everything. It's, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we got Dustin to join in too.
Great.
Do you have any ghost paranormal stories?
Not really.
I have another one.
Oh.
Just for Randy to know more about me.
Okay.
Great. Because I think I've told you about
Okay.
this. So I'm haunted,
Yes.
as I've said.
Yes.
Sean's haunted by the evil. I'm haunted by the good.
Good.
And I'm haunted by a specific ghost named Catherine,
Yes,
which is very
Catherine.
coincidental. And she is from the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
And she killed herself.
Yep.
Yeah, very upsetting. But she, is my protector.
Mm-hmm.
She started haunting me when I was 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got depression. So she started haunting me when I was in the darkest part of my life. According to my mother. And I didn't know she was haunting me until my brother said something.
Mm-hmm.
Sean.
Yep.
Figures.
Randy doesn't know this. I have 5 brothers. At this point in time, me and Sean were sleeping on the floor in Justin's bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the room was set up, at this point I was 15 maybe. Do the math for Sean, I don't know. And it was morning, I was still asleep. Sean had woken me up. He was like, Katie, wake up now. Wake up now. Wake up. And I was just like, dude, what do you want? What? And he had woken me up to say that, so how my brother's room was, he had a mini fridge on top of his dresser. And there was,
That's so specific.
you have to know, and there was a music note magnet on it.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, you have to know, it's orange knit. I don't know, it's very specific. I just remember. And it was tilted. And Sean looks me dead in the eyes and just goes, I just saw you. And I was just like, what? I was asleep. What do you want from me?
I love the way you explain it. Just, what?
What? I was asleep. What do you want? And he just goes, I thought you had woken up, were standing in front of the mini fridge, and were just staring at me. And I was like, why would I do that? Why would I wake up and just stare at you? And he was like, I don't know. And he goes, I thought you were staring at me. Then I looked at Justin. He was asleep. Looked at you. What I thought was you. Looked at where you were actually asleep. Noticed you were still there. Looked back at who I thought you were. She turned to the magnet on the fridge. Adjusted it so it was upright.
God.
And then walked out the wall. And I was just like, what?
I'm glad she
What
fixed
are you?
it though.
What are you talking about?
Respectful.
Yeah.
And then
like
Sean had waited an amount of time. I don't remember how long it was, but he waited a while to wake me up because he was like in shock. And the only reason he knew that it had happened and he didn't dream it was because the magnet was standing upright. And so I was like, okay, kind of strange. It was not me. I was asleep.
yeah.
And then
Oh.
I was like, you're kind of freaking me out. It wasn't me.
You're scaring me, man.
My other brother's ex-wife told me about her again, and was just like, you're being followed by this person. She was able to talk to spirits like actual humans. She's like, you're being followed by Catherine. Told me your backstory, which was like, she's trying to protect you, like, from all these dark other spirits. And I was like,
Okay.
great, this is great. I didn't ask for this, but this is cool. And then my mom can also talk to spirits. Yeah, just a fun family we've got. And there was a point in time where I was sleeping in my mom's room, and Catherine has this habit of just coming up to the edge of the bed and just standing there and staring at me in the middle of the night. And my mom will, at the point I was sleeping in her room, would just look at Catherine and be like,
Why?
like, stuff. And normally Catherine doesn't say anything, like, ever. But there's points in time, there's points in times where Catherine will just turn to my mom, or whomsoever, and just be like, she's good tonight, or the darkness is back. And just, like, shit like that.
What?
Nope. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Huh.
She, like, just, like, little warnings or things to my mom.
Good.
Normally my mom is just, like, not about it, and she's just like, leave me alone. I don't care.
Great.
Yeah.
I've told Katie this before, but every time I leave your house, I have to call Dustin because I just get a weird vibe. Every single time. Because I always drop you off at night.
Yeah.
Because we always record at night for the most part. And I just...
Wait, let me see if I can do the math. Continue talking. Let me see if I can do the math.
I just get a weird vibe. I've been looking at my computer, and I was indeed listening. I want everyone to know that. But I'm trying to look... This is so weirdly specific. I'm trying to look up death records to try to find this Catherine. Have you looked at all?
No.
Find out.
Okay.
We're gonna find
Oh,
out.
another
hopefully.
very specific thing about my mom's house. I refuse to go into the basement.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know if I've told you this. Have I told you this? So,
I don't know.
if you know anything about houses, you're not supposed to have open dirt.
Yes.
And there's a specific room in my mom's basement that has open dirt. Just into the hill, open dirt.
Ha.
Okay. And then the room leading, like, where the room is right under the stairs, and you can see under the stairs, like, and I'm like, because the one time I went down there, because that's where they had their ceramic shop at, I went down there when I was maybe 10, because I normally didn't like going down there anyways,
Yes.
but I was 10, and I looked down, or like looked back at the stairs, and I just remember looking into that room, and I just saw a person, and I was just like, no, this ain't it.
No.
So I
Oh,
refuse
no.
to go into the basement now.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. No.
And like to have open dirt, not good.
No.
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 Oh.
That's
I-
sketchy.
I've done some of the math
Okay.
Okay.
for information that nobody cares about. There is at least, because there's spirits that I don't know about and like that haunt others. Because there's also spirits that come and go and whatnot. There's at least 12 spirits that haunt my mother's house or specific people in my house.
12 too many.
Oh.
Well, there's 2 sets of children also
Yeah.
that follow Sean around most of the
Yeah.
time.
Oh, Sean.
Which, another story. So when, the story is here now. When Sean was young, he was in elementary school, he thought he was riding the bus with children, as one does.
Yes.
And he was like talking to them and playing with them on the bus. And the bus driver was getting a little freaked out. And was like, what is this kid doing? Sean realized later on that he was actually playing with 2 little ghost children on the bus.
Of course.
Yeah. And so it's great. Yeah, he has 2 sets of ghost children that I don't know if they still hang around him, but they are in the house. They vibe. You know.
Good.
No thanks. No, that's a whole lot of no.
They just hang in the attic when they're not hanging with Sean.
I'm not having good luck.
Yeah.
Me either.
I'm trying though. See, if I narrow it down too specifically to a death year,
hmm
uh,
I'm not sure of the year, so.
well, I know, but you said 1800s. You think?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I've kind of been doing like, however early it'll let me to 1899, and I'm not having a lot of luck. I'm trying though. Maybe I'll just roll up to the what is it called, the historical society downtown, and look at their burial records or something. See if I can get a few names and see what I can do from there.
Ooh, another fun story.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep going with the stories.
That's fine.
I got a lot of them. So,
Hit us with them.
Jeremy,
Yes.
older brother, is haunted by would be our great uncle,
Uncle.
our great uncle Max,
Mhm.
which would be my mother's uncle,
Yeah.
which I never knew him.
Mhm.
He died when my brother was very young.
Mhm.
Jeremy is 31, 2, I don't know.
He's an age.
Somewhere
Yeah.
in that range.
But he, in all of our old, like, photos,
Mhm.
in our scrapbooks, you'll just see an orb around Jeremy.
Huh.
Nope.
Huh.
It's Uncle Max.
Good. You know what? I'm glad, honestly, that it's someone you're related to at least.
Mhm. Even, like, in our grandparents' house or mom's house,
Mhm.
there's always an orb around Jeremy.
Huh.
Yep.
Is he the oldest?
Nope. He's the technically second oldest.
Yeah.
Because you got Nancy in there somewhere.
Yeah. Yes.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Is
Well,
she the oldest?
Nope.
Nope. Who's the oldest?
Christopher. See,
Oh,
it depends
God.
on how you count my family.
Yes.
Because it depends if you count Nancy or not. It's great. It goes Christopher, Nancy, Jeremy, Justin, Kyle, me, Sean.
Okay. I knew the last four. I knew your guys' age.
It's Katie, Sean. That's it.
I knew Justin, Kyle, you, Sean, because went to school with you and Kyle, and I knew Justin had like just graduated when I got there.
Mhm.
So
And then there's Sean.
yeah, did not go to school with Sean. Okay, I've gotten my spooks in for the night.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, how are we feeling? Are we
Good. I just honestly can't stop thinking about getting that little blue hamster squishmallow from Walmart after this.
His name is Hobart.
Yes, Hobart. I need
love
him.
him.
I need a good squish after this to relieve the tension that built up in me.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Yeah.
Good old paranormal.
Oh, I gotta love it.
I don't know. I don't have anything else to add.
I really don't either. I'm sorry. I'm not
No,
much of a.
You're okay. You're okay.
Oh, we gotta do the shout out.
Yes.
Oh.
Let you do the shout out. Maybe.
Whale? Who was the shout out?
Saudi Arabia.
No.
Maybe. No.
It was
Shout out, Israel.
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 Yee.
Why did I say Saudi Arabia? Like the
I
whole.
don't know.
The whole.
Well,
don't
I
know.
think we thought it might have been Saudi Arabia because it was right next to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Alright.
Israel.
Yay.
Alright. Is that what we're doing? Is that
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for
That's
listening.
a podcast.
Thank you, Randy, for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ah,
I'm glad you
I had
could
so
come.
much fun. I would love to do it again.
Yes, of
Right, yes.
course.
This was the first episode of season 3. It's
yeah.
been a
Kicking off the bang.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
Woo. And there will be more chaos coming.
definitely.
I hope I'm involved with the chaos.
Yes.
We have episodes planned.
We actually planned
We
part of the
planned-
season.
We have
It's-
almost the entire first half planned.
Yes. We're just
Almost.
Is that
It's
the
getting
part leading up to the week break?
Yep.
Yeah, we have 3 episodes in there that we need to have topics for still.
Yes.
So.
And then the second half is, 1 episode planned.
Yep. And it's with him.
The head nod.
It's just, yep.
Alright. Well, thank you for joining us again. Yay.
Of course.
And
Have day.
have day. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week.